Hi guys, my name is Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV, and my channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. Now, we've talked about the traps that a narcissist sets for a targeted victim several times here at Kim Wilson TV. But today I want to talk about one trap that, to me, is very specific and a bit separate from, the physical trap where, you're stuck with them, or the financial trap where, it just makes it so hard to leave or move on with your life. We've talked about those things, but I want to talk today specifically about a trap that I'm going to call the integrity trap. Remember always that you are dealing with a gravely ill person. You are dealing with someone with very demonic sort of tendencies and thought patterns, someone who is obsessive and compulsive, bitterly overcome with envy, jealousy, and hatred. So you're dealing with someone who is completely irrational, someone who will stop at nothing to inflict harm and get that narcissistic supply that they so desperately need. I mean, we're talking about absolute street entrenched, drug addicts. I mean, absolute fiends that just need so desperately to feed that insatiable, hunger, that insatiable thirst for injury that they inflict on people. And I think all of this, is really them laying pave work. Like there's a path that they're creating for you that they want you to follow. They're trying to lure you down this path. So the horrible things that, of course, they say about you, the smear campaigns, all the lies. And I'm telling you, if their lips are moving, it's all lies. I mean, it's all they're capable of. Honesty is just not part of the agenda for them. And I think that this can be a trap that would leave people, empaths, targets, victims, survivors, feeling very bad about themselves down the road if they were to follow this path that's being laid out for them. Now, whether the horrible things they're doing to you are overt or covert, it doesn't matter. It's happening, right? They're very, very actively, to the point that they're frenzied, absolutely frenzied and darting and just creating chaos, insanity, madness, and evil. I mean, this is what they do. Their desire to harm people really stems from very, very fragile, shame-based egos. So, there's not much there. It's very, very easy to tip their apple cart because they just don't have solid foundations like normal human beings have. And they so lack integrity and they so lack a sense of morality that executing, evil deeds or harm, inflicting harm on people is so easy for them. I mean, it's just so easy for them. And I think in many ways they think the rest of the world is doing it too. And maybe it's a self-preservation thing. They just don't realize that normal, sane, healthy, well-adjusted people that just want to live a happy, normal life are just incapable of this kind of stuff. Though I've heard many times, and I myself have absolutely felt motivated to kick a narcissist in the balls. But, that is the trap. That's the path that they're leading us down. And that path leads to the edge of an absolute deep, dark, black gutter. Like just an absolute cesspool of filth. The careful, methodical, manipulative creation of a smear campaign is intended to harm you, of course, but it's also a lure. They want you to engage. They want you to end up looking as crazy as they're trying to depict you as. They're trying to make you look like the bad guy, so just don't play along, right? I mean, in the end, and I've said this many times, I would rather be a victim than a narcissist. And though there have been, there has been a very active smear campaign against me, calling me a narcissist lately. And, I've been thinking about that, and I thought, well, clearly this disgusting human being doesn't know that narcissists are welcome here at YouTube. I mean, we all watch Sam Vaknin, we all watch H.G. Tudor, and many of us have gained very, very valuable knowledge from them. I guess no one told them that narcissists are welcome here. Maybe we should keep it a secret. So, no, listen, guys, I've been kind of thinking about that. I really found, a lot of humor in that, actually, because, narcissists are very much welcomed and respected here within the community. And, I thought about that, like, if you were a narcissist, how much fun that would be, creating this fake image, I could do something, kind of exotic and European like Sam Vaknin and, been his female narcissistic counterpart and created, some kind of European accent and, appeared to be very, interesting and aloof and exotic, Sam, so... Peace be with you, Sam. Love you lots. And, or, a really deep and sultry sort of voice like Tudor. And that would have been very, fun and theatrical. And it, get into costume and character every day. And oh, God. I'm telling you, it's like they just blew the doors open at the crazy house and they're just flooding the streets. But back to the path, and I truly believe this path is important. You will get out physically. You will restore yourself financially in time. You will regain the possessions that you lost. But if you lose your integrity in this, if you lose your sense of self and your sense of morality, and that line, like that absolute line where you say, no, I'm taking my fucking ball and I'm going home. I'm not playing with you anymore. If you give into that, I think that is going to be a tremendous injury that you inflict on yourself. And I think that's going to make it much harder for people to recover if we allow ourselves to be sucked down this absolute trap straight down the portal of hell, right in the ditch with these filthy fiends. Regardless of how you end up fleeing the abusive relationship, regardless of how long it takes, I think when you do get free, I know for myself, getting out with my integrity and my sense of morality, my sense of decency, is certainly going to be those things that you depend on in the early stages of, the exit from the abusive relationship. You're going to need those things to build your foundation, to find your way back to yourself and to restore yourself. And if you give into this and if you follow this path and you are lured to those types of behaviors, don't do it. It really is a trap. And I know there's a lot of people right now in really shitty situations who would probably like to unleash some hell on these gravely disturbed people. But you know what? You're going to need your integrity and your morality and your sense of justice, your sense of decency. You're going to need these things as the early building blocks for your recovery. So for God's sakes, don't get lured. I've been at the edge of the gutter. Like I've seen it. It's not for me. Honestly, pick up your fucking ball and go home. It's going to be okay. They always expose themselves. They always do. And the more you ignore this, the more frenzied they become, and the more, the more they're going to expose themselves at an accelerated speed. So just let them do their thing. This is not our problem. We have lives to rebuild. We have, futures to build, real futures with possibility of love and wonderful relationships and great things ahead. And just stay away from the edge of that shit show, because it truly is a very filthy gutter. Now, the last couple of days, I have reached out to some other really great YouTubers here within our community and just kind of asked them, like, what is up with this shit show? And they all just very casually, don't worry about it, Kim. It's par for the course. You get used to it. So, hey, knock yourself out, crazy people. I'm not going to play along. I have a life to rebuild, and I need my sense of self back. I need to determine what it is that I want to improve in my own life, what areas of my own character and personal being I want to develop and see, reach a much higher level of human potential. And playing along with this shit, it's just not going to do it. So guys, if you're feeling like inflicting injury back, if you are feeling a bit revengeful today, just remember, You're not cut from that cloth. You're a wonderful human being. Yes, you've been hurt, but through that hurt, you've found a great community. You're learning a lot, and you're really seeing another side of yourself, and you have a great opportunity to expose this horrendous evil. You don't need to be a part of it. You can look on and just think, my God, that is fucking disgusting. Absolutely shameful and disgusting, and take your ball and go home. Hey, I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. Love you guys lots, and I hope you guys are having a great narc-free day.